was sponsored by Vibrant Hawaiʻi Artist Fellowship, which I received for this past year. It's which is a partner with Arts for Everybody, an initiative of One Nation, One Kind. Basically, they believe in the power of art to bring healing and well-being to the communities through art. So I spent a year teaching at Space to teach. Yeah, I believe more people should be doing art. That in itself is healing. So I started teaching art classes at Space. I hired other artists, some of you who are here right now, to teach. And Space plans to continue that. We even built an art room. So any artists who want to keep teaching, people that want to take classes, connect with Space. There's a lot more. I printed some of these out, so you can read a little bit about the history of the project. The culmination of the year, all the artists, there's actually 10 other artists on the Big Island that also received the fellowship. They're all presenting their showcases today, different parts of the island. And Arts for Everybody is also sponsoring 18 different cities across the United States, all celebrating in their communities some type of event where they combine art and healing. And so we're part of something really big today. Woo! I'm inspired by nature and things I find in nature, and like Rachel, I see art in everything. And I was going to walks, and I'd see all these pieces of the coconut flower and leaves bedded in the street, and I'd say, there's such incredible design. And this is a pour painting. A few years ago, I did a whole sequence of them. I didn't really have a studio. I had a kitchen table to work on with a tarp over it, which is a messy thing. And anyway, it's acrylic paint with a medium, like a polymer medium, and then sometimes, and I put something under it so I could, do this, tilt the canvas, and sometimes adding alcohol. Every one of them is like a chemical experiment. I start with shape or color, and then it's kind of my meditation, actually, to create these. I use them as focusing devices, and I think they're beautiful to hang on the wall and to bring you to your center. And to me, that's where home is our attention, our focus, and in the present moment.
Just putting the paint on and pouring it and letting it go in different directions, maybe even doing blowing, or actually, when you paint outdoors, the wind becomes an element, the sun becomes an element. And those are kind of things that, another thing that is common for me is to paint both sides. I just like, because I've liked 45 records, I felt that the artist was awesome expressing his real feelings on the flip side.
That is called the sumier, and it's done using ink on rice paper. It's a meditation technique, and I want to share that whenever I go in that space, I want to really bring myself out of the way so that I can become a channel that really brings the energy of Mother Earth through my body and let it go to the skies.
So I painted a lot of landscapes, and now I'm bringing that same essence into my abstract painting. So this one is recent, and this one here, which I call Avalon, a recent. I don't know where that honeycreeper came in. It just popped into my painting, and I've never painted bird before, so it's kind of fun to paint abstractly. Sometimes just things come in, and I go with it, or maybe. So I'm really happy to show these here on this incredible wall.
I've never talked about my art before, so
Beautiful.
when Abbie talked about home, I went, well, it's really home in my heart. It's like I paint my heart, and sometimes it's like this, and sometimes it comes out kind of okay, nice, sweet. But it's all about my heart and my home.
Collage. I'm not really a make something artist. My art is theater. That's what I've done my whole life. So I brought some scripts, some old scripts, and cut out a line from one of my favorites that included the idea of home, and sort of just started from there. And for me, the idea of home is not one place, because whether it's physically or just in my mind, I'm always flying away to places. But part of that is, as I fly around and do all my adventures in life, a nest sort of forms around me. And when I stick to my vision as an artist, in my periphery is what becomes the home for me.
I love the idea of home, and I've been doing a lot of recovering in the last year or so, so I've been spending a lot of time at home. And every morning, the birds come out, and I feed them, and I have my morning tea with them, and they become my friends. So for the last about year and a half, I've been painting birds, and I'm a portrait painter by trade. So this is my little elogio, and I started making doorways, little fairy doors, actually. And when I started making them, birds just kept popping out of them. So this is doorways for mysteries.
This is one of 3 pieces, a triptych, and it's the 3rd one, and was at display at the Kaʻū Theater last year. But yeah, I was just delighted to teach and have Abbie reach out and be part of that, and the collage class that we did at Space, and just to see everyone in their element, and especially people who have not done art before. I think it's just lovely. You are an artist, Lexi.
And it really just fell into place, and I loved it. She said to bring things from, it was home sweet home. So I've got my grandma, mama's lace in here, which is why I call it Interconnect, because it's the old, and from where I live, the fauna of it. And it just fell into place, and it was so much fun, and I didn't have any agony. It wasn't drawing. So now I want to encourage everybody, and I will make more art too. The non-artists that I am now.
Robert. So I think I had my last thing in an art show in 10th grade. So Abbie is a dear friend of mine, and I came to Puna really because Abbie was here. And my first place I came to was this studio 7 years ago, and it was like, wow. And the whole energy here, and the creativity, and the beauty, and the connection to nature. So I got hooked, and obviously Pele. So Abbie, I'm a journalist, and I'm really good when this shit hits the fan and there's total chaos. And Abbie likes order. So when I take some classes from her, she actually skips my hand sometimes. And tells me I'm a terrible student because I don't follow direction. Well, that's me. So Abbie had the class and the theme was home and a collage, and I went there with a completely different idea, and I've never really made a collage, and for 3 hours I just got in this flow. And the concept here, I painted a lot of energy, because to me home is energy. All the things we deal with in our lives really emanates from our birthplace and our home, and forms and structures a lot of things we deal with forever. And this reflects a lot of my story, and central to it is child. We all have the inner child, and reaching back into our inner child, and protecting that inner child, and the purity and creativity of that baby. So that was in the center of everything, and then there's lots of stuff happening all around it, including a lot with nature and things that reflect my life. Yeah, and I really, really enjoyed doing this, and I think 3 hours went like that, and Abbie actually liked it.